Well, good evening, all. I'm Epstein with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for election night, November 5th, 2024, and this is what we've all been waiting for. Let me just give you some ideas as to how I'm going to be approaching the market tomorrow. If anything, I'll be opening up not my daily charts as much as my weekly. And I'll be looking for markets that get absolutely bonkers off of the day's event as to who seems to be leading in the race for the president. I don't expect to wake up and know who the president-elect is. I think the race is going to be so close to call that that's not what I'll be looking for. But I do expect that I'll have an idea on the control of the two different chambers in Congress. And it is a horse race there too. It can swing either way. I am hoping to see a split Congress. In other words, one chamber is controlled by the Republicans, one by the Democrats. I don't want to see them all in one party. I think that creates for more of a problem and no check and balance on whatever's going on. Could this end up being that I'm so wrong that somebody really just pulls ahead and they are declared president-elect? Yes, it could happen. Do I expect it? No, I do not. And with that, no, I do not, one of my game plans is I look for markets that swing unexpectedly to areas that I'll go, hey, that's an area I'd want to own it. Or if you're long something and the market goes crazy to the upside, maybe that's where you just say, this is a gift horse, I can't wait. That's why there's money on the side waiting for these events. Now, you don't have to agree with what I'm saying, but I've been around enough elections. I've been a broker since 1969, so I think I've been through my share. We'll get the mortgage bankers' numbers in the morning. Will anybody be paying attention is the first thing. Petroleum stock estimates will come out at 9:30, but it's all going to be about vote results, analyzing it, probably a 48-hour event. I was reading today news wires about are we going to see trade systems tomorrow get so bogged down that they slow and they can't handle the flow of trade? It could happen. If you're watching futures tonight, it's wild already. You're up in the Dow about 300 points. The euro currency was down a full penny. Yeah, there's a big number. It was down 100 points. That to me is a big number any way you want to cut it. Gold was very stable early on, so that's just the idea there. But the interest rate futures were plunging, and that means you're adding more yield again right in front of a Fed meeting coming up and the Bank of England meeting both on Thursday. It's going to be pretty nutty. So NVIDIA knocking off again, trying to become the most valuable company in, if you will, in America, certainly in our stock markets. And you can see that taking place again. The market is making its move. Amazon doing exceptionally well, in my opinion. In Home Depot, Bernie Marcus passed away, one of the founders. What a great idea he had as one of the co-founders of the company. You've got to admit, it just changed the hardware business forever. Uranium went down under the 30 level, sort of trying to hold there. And I'm impressed that Rivian is staying in this $10 and holding its zone. We found a new home in AMC. It's having great trouble getting through the $4 level, and I think that's something you watch. Tesla up another 860 today, and as I said, the metal's trying to gain. Remember, China's in now the third day tomorrow of their meeting. They're supposed to end on the 8th, so the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, you know, you got a number of days here as they're trying to get something going. Now, when you look at the stock index and you look at RSP, and this is how that is made up and the importance of it, you could see how the market came down and gave you the whip today and said, enough's enough. I'm coming back at you. It ended that downtrend. I didn't say it's in an uptrend, but you've broken the downtrend. You sliced through any channel line you'd want there, and the market is now trying to say, okay, I think I'm going to go back to at least the 18-day average to fight a battle. That's what I think the market is saying right now. When I look at the market Bollinger Bands, you got there and you held them. When I look at momentum, you got oversold and I think you're trying to turn up. Could this all be that I'm completely wrong in the morning? Yeah, of course. I don't know how the election's going to go. I don't know how the emotion of it's going to carry. I don't know what's going to happen in Congress. There's a lot of I don't knows, and that doesn't make me anything unique. It makes me with the mass of people out there, including pollsters. When we look at Qualcomm, you've gone from the 200-day average and the upper band right on down to the lower band, and as you'd expect, you're getting a bounce in the market. You know, Palantir today took off rather dramatically. I think it was a 23% gain, and of course everybody's going, you got to own Palantir. They got all these government contracts. They're going to be good. AI is still the place to be. That's basically what they're saying. CrowdStrike fighting its battle. This is what I wanted to happen. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Now the market's churning up right through here. We'll see if the next leg is to the upside. Remember, we still have NVIDIA that's going to come out with earnings. I think it's about 10 days, 2 weeks from now. Uranium coming down. Could it get back here? It could. Remember all the bad news that has happened because of Amazon trying to work out that deal with, what was it, Telson? And didn't get through on this round. We'll see if there's other things that are going to happen. K-Web, higher lows, higher highs. So I expect these Chinese numbers can move a little higher. That's why they're having the meeting, right? Then we get to Toll Brothers. Now, this is so interesting. I'm going to come back if I can get this chart to work with me. There we go. So this is how the market looked on Friday, right? This is how the market looked on Monday. Now today's Tuesday. And the market comes down, takes out the low of yesterday, and reverses course. Now, if you look at the bond futures and the note futures tonight, you're adding more yield, not taking it off. In fact, some of these contracts are getting down to their recent lows, which means yield is being added. That doesn't help that. This is about emotion. This is about the presidency. And these markets are moving off of that right now. That's the way I think that you read that. Same in the home builders, except it did go down, hit the 100-day average, and that ended the big break. Since then, it's been in a recovery mode. Again, the market's going to be saying, this candidate's bullish for that, this candidate's bearish, this one won, this does this. We'll find all this out over the next 72 hours. I would want to wake up and hear there's a president-elect. It's not what I'm expecting. So I'd love to be surprised, because the quicker we get the unknown out of the market, the quicker we get back to the normal trade in the market. In XLF, coming down, we'll see where the battleground's going to be. I think it'll be back at the 18-day average. And as I said, they're adding yield tonight, at least early on, into the market. So we will see what happens there. The industrial sector out of its downtrend. Got oversold. Now you've got the pattern, higher lows, higher highs. The bias is still down until you close over 136.75. But when you do that, the market's looking bullish one more time. On the energy sector, higher lows, higher highs. Is that a Trump win? Is that a Harris loss? Is it a Harris win and a Trump loss? I don't know. I truly don't know. I'll wait and let the marketplace tell me. In the gold market, either candidate that wins is inflationary. It's really simple. Both are not going to cut. And with them not cutting, with the Fed easing interest rates, it's the place I want to be, all right? Now, for everything, of course not. It's a trade idea. But I wouldn't do it off the daily charts. I think the weekly is the place to be until it's not the place to be. What do I mean by that? It's still a bullish chart with an embedded reading off the weekly. When you come to silver, the market is staying under the 18-day average. Again, got hit with it like that. This market would scare the heck out of you to the upside if China did something very dramatic to get their economy going. That and copper would come alive on you very fast. The copper market is reaching up, as you can see, saying maybe China will do that. China lies I don't mind saying that. I don't believe any of the figures they give you. And when the figures aren't good, they stop publishing them. How many times have we seen that with youth employment? It used to be they'd give you ideas in the stock market of earnings, so on. Now they changed when that all happens. They run a rigged market. There. We have to guess what they're going to do for consumption. I don't care about the investments there at this point. I care about the consumption. And copper is looking at that and saying if they're going to do something to stimulate their economy, copper becomes a winner on it. If they do nothing, copper's too high. And that's because China consumes 50% of the world's copper. You are looking at the BND, and as I said, in the futures market, you're back down tonight. In fact, you were down nearly 20 some odd points in the bond market, so be careful. This looks at a different weighting, but it is still very important to it. In the dollar, the euro, as I just said, was down 100 points. That means you're going to be up, because this is based on the dollar index, so that's going to be up if the market were open right now. You might want to go to the aftermarket and see what the bids and offers are. And in FXE, you got right up to where I think the pros came out today. I think they came out against the Bollinger Band, upper 100-day average, and just said, enough's enough, okay? I want to see the election. You're overbought. That's what I expect that they did. So you put it together, you come up with game plans. How do I think traders are going to handle tomorrow? Another idea for you. Generally, what I've learned in markets like this is they go to one of their friends, which is day trade, in and out, a lot of volume. That's why people are worried tomorrow. In part, you can see some of the systems get bogged down. And pivot points is something that if you learn them and you understand them, maybe it gives you the edge you want. I don't know what gives you the edge. I know what gives me the edge. And I use these all the time. And when I look at them, you get your center line, your sell lines above and below. You see the extreme. There are rules if it gets too far above these numbers or too low below them, you walk away for the day. There's different things you do. I've put together a 3-video series to teach you the basics. You have this charting software. If you have anything good, you got pivot points in there. I'll teach you how to tie it together with the momentum indicator as well and what I look for. It's free. Go to irapstein.com under free offers or move your cursor up here. I wish I could be of more use to you tonight, but maybe what I did say is the use. Understand what you're trading, why you're trading, and these are the events that if things go bananas the wrong way, sometimes it's the right way to pick things up cheap, or the wrong way and you go up dramatically, something you didn't expect. Time to liquidate something because there's no reality to that price. You decide, but this is why you have money on the side and you make your moves. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with you in the morning update, and it will be important. Take care.